Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So, happy Friday. Welcome to another market open stream. Today, of course, let's talk about Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin going to head today, this weekend, this year? And exactly when will Bitcoin reach $100,000? Is it a myth? Is it ever going to happen? Well, let's discuss that today. I think today is going to be a good one. Let's see. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. We are starting out today. Not bad, 68.5 or 68.50. A little bit higher than last night. We're trending upwards. We retouched that support line or resistance line, 68.2. Didn't crack it. Are we going to test it again and break above? Let's see. Could happen during this stream. The U.S. market is opening in the green today. And let's see, MicroStrategy right now down a little bit. Tesla recovering from yesterday's tremendous pump. Nvidia up today. Coinbase down a little bit. Looks like we may be flipping into the green for all of these. So that is good. But right now, the hottest stock there is belongs to this man right here, Michael Saylor. A lot of comparisons to Nvidia, because a lot of people think, well, Nvidia has to be the hottest stock there is, right? No, if you look at MicroStrategy, it's quite amazing. The volume MicroStrategy has reached close to 18% of Nvidia in October, yet its market cap is only 1.5%. It is closing in at 50 billion market cap. And the only reason this is happening is not because Saylor's an AI. It's not because he's producing GPUs. It's not because he has some kind of proprietary technology that other companies do not have. He just has a whole boatload of Bitcoin. That's it. Simple strategy. You buy as much Bitcoin as you can, and you get rewarded for it, right? Especially in bull markets. That's really what it comes down to. It's quite amazing to see. Here you go. You can see the yellow line of MicroStrategy and how it's skyrocketing, and Nvidia is skyrocketing too. It's just not as much as MicroStrategy these days. Wall Street can't get enough of MicroStrategy and Bitcoin at this point, and it has hit a 25-year high. And if it keeps on going, if it breaks into 300s, that's when it breaks all-time high, because MicroStrategy actually was higher during the dot-com bubble. Believe it or not, yeah, they were actually higher in the dot-com bubble. But here's the thing. Like I said, all Saylor had to do was buy a boatload of Bitcoin. So are others going to follow? Well, yesterday I covered everyone is thinking about it. Even Microsoft. In their next shareholder meeting, December 10th, Microsoft is going to have the shareholders vote whether or not they should think about investing in Bitcoin. Okay. Doesn't mean that it's going to get approved. But the simple fact that they're actually proposing a vote on that shows you how far Bitcoin has come. And Microsoft holds $76 billion worth of cash. Imagine if they're like, okay, let's just put 70 billion of that in Bitcoin. That would be a terrific thing, okay? We got a lot of companies out there that have enormous amount of cash. They don't know what to do with it. Normally speaking, these big companies, they have no clue what to do with it. They know inflation will rob them. So they do one of two things. They try to make a big acquisition, and there's only so many you could do. And plus, a lot of these big ones, they can't just acquire their competitors because then it'll be seen as an antitrust thing. So then they just do like a dividend buyback. That's really it. Otherwise, they just hold their billions and it just goes to waste. So what they really should is buy assets like Bitcoin. That's what Saylor's been doing, and it's been working. He has been proving it. So all these big tech giants and just companies in general that have a boatload of cash, that's what they should do. Maybe not all of it. You don't have to go all of it, but just even 10%. For Microsoft, even 10%. That's like 7.6 billion. That's a lot. That's a lot to just be throwing into Bitcoin right away. But for them, that's only 10% of their cash. That's like nothing. And they make like 20 or 30 billion like every single quarter. So it's like they could put so much every single quarter if they wanted to. But Apple is probably going to do the same thing. Amazon, Facebook, Nvidia, every big Dell, Cisco, every big tech company is probably going to go in this direction at some point soon. Not this year, next year. Everyone is going to think about it, and that is going to be absolutely fantastic. So, what about this 100K prediction by this date? Well, this analyst thinks it's going to be February. And it's going to be completely within reason. Why? Well, he took the average of the last two bull markets, combined them, and then projected where we are versus them and where the path is, right? Versus the previous average two cycles. And if you follow that, well, then it shows that right around February is when we hit that 100K mark. There you go. There you go. It's that simple. It's that simple. You just look at what's happened before and you equate it to what is happening now. Doesn't mean that it can't come earlier. Doesn't mean that it can't come by the end of this year, right? For example, Standard Chartered thinks that, hey, if the Republicans take Congress and if Trump becomes president, Bitcoin is going to surge up to the moon, 125K by the end of this year, right? So it could come sooner than expected. So who knows? Who knows at this point, right? There are a lot of predictions. The only thing we can go by is we just have to wait and see. But there are a lot of supporting factors. The macro conditions are improving. The fundamentals are improving. The whales are coming in. The ETF buys keep on increasing. A lot of major metrics and signals are supporting this thesis that 100K is around the corner. If we have to wait another 4 months to February, so be it. It's going to come. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. However, if you're looking at the options market, a lot of people think that it's not going to come by the end of this year. There's only a 10% chance, if you're looking at the option market, that it will hit 100K. So, who's right? Who's wrong? We'll see. We'll see. All right. However, like I've been saying, whales, and whales, they have been loading up no matter what. Whales are always loading up and they're not stopping. Within the last 2 weeks, you have another 300 wallets with more than 100 Bitcoin. It keeps on going up. And the wallets with under 100 Bitcoin are actually shrinking. So there are retail investors that are giving up. Why are retail investors giving up? Why at 67, 68,000 are retail investors giving up? I don't know. I can't explain it. Sideways movement. Why would retail be giving up? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just putting more money into alts, getting ready for altcoin season. Maybe that's the reason. But it kind of sucks that whale addresses and whale wallets continue to skyrocket, and then you see retail wallets come down. That's not what we want. We don't want the big boys to take in everything, to steal all of our Bitcoin. Case in point, the ETFs, BlackRock, continue to have massive inflows. BlackRock again led the way yesterday with $165 million inflow. Yesterday was pretty quiet. Almost everyone had nothing besides Bitwise at about 30 million. BlackRock, look at BlackRock's inflows. Way more than all other funds. And in case you're wondering, they are about to crack the 400,000 mark. 399,355. Just look at that staggering addition since 10 days ago. They added 30,000 Bitcoin in 10 days. Now, I know this is the ETF. I know this is due to investors buying. I know that. But we all know Larry Fink and BlackRock, they're doing other stuff. Okay? It's not just investors buying it. Because investors are buying ETFs, then all the other ETFs would be seeing the same kind of inflows, and they're not. Okay? BlackRock is definitely using a lot of their other funds and other ways to be buying their own stuff. That's why it continues to go up, and you never, ever really see outflows from BlackRock iShares. So they're definitely doing some cooking, if you know what I mean. But the holdings continue to go up at a staggering rate. Keep in mind, Binance is number 2 at all-time holdings, roughly. I think about 500,000 Bitcoin. I think 500 or 600,000. I think it's 500,000. And they will be surpassing them soon. So next up would be Satoshi's wallet at 1 million. And they will be surpassing that next year. Okay, so retail should not be leaving. Retail leaves, it's just all go into BlackRock's wallet. That's not what we want. Okay, 30,000 in one single or 10 days, not a single week, but 10 days is a staggering amount. If you think about it, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's not going to stop. And that's during 10 days when Bitcoin really didn't move. That's just going sideways. Sideways movement, a little bit movement, right? We're up a little bit. Within 10 days, Bitcoin was like 62, 63, down up to about 68. But still, within just a little bit of movement, taking a 30,000 Bitcoin is staggering. But you know what's going to be more staggering is our movement upwards in 2025. So if you look at where we are right now, you can see the circled we're here. Can't even see any movement, okay? Because we're already very elevated already. But, these giant moves that we have seen in previous cycles haven't come yet. Nowhere near the top. We have not seen it yet, but we will. We will. That's why we're in the game. That's why we're holding. When it comes, it's going to be ferocious, and it's going to be glorious. And there's really all there is to it. You just have to wait for it to come. And it's going to be good. This giant cup and handle that we've been talking a lot about, this is no small feat. This has been forming since the top of 2021. So this is something that's been building for 3 years. And we have broken out of that. We have broken out of that. Not only that, we have retested it. I showed you guys that earlier this week. So as for a pattern or formation, we have fit this perfectly. And if you ask traders, they will tell you this is an extremely bullish signal, especially on a long term, over a course of 3 years in the making. This is not like a small daily or even a weekly. This is a year, 3 years in the making. This is a pretty bullish pattern indeed. And this is going to carry us into well into next year. And it's going to look pretty darn good when it's over. And here's another one too, the Elliott wave for Bitcoin, where we are around 68,000. The next stop, really, I showed you guys the walls between where we are and to 73,000. Really not a whole lot there. Once we break 73,000 and get into new high territory, 81,000 will be right there. There's really nothing stopping us from 73,000 to 81,000. It's clear up there. We just need that little push upwards. Boom. We're at 81,000. All right. Outside of that, what else is there? Bitcoin dominance. A lot of people are still worried about their alts. Why are alts not moving? When are they going to come up? When is altcoin season going to start? Well, normally that starts when Bitcoin dominance tops out and starts going down, right? And a lot of people are charting Bitcoin dominance. And, a lot of people think that it's going to start flipping downwards. And if it does, that's when you really see the alts start moving. But I think we're going to see more of that in 2025 rather than this year. But I do think we're going to see some movement, of course. We're starting to see that already with some of the chains already. All right, what else is there? Ripple files appeal on SEC's ruling on XRP institutional sales. So everyone's appealing left and right. So basically, SEC is appealing on some of the things that they lost on. Ripple's appealing on the one thing they lost on. And this is going to be endless battle left and right forever. I guess Ripple, they just don't want to lose. And they have the money to fight forever, so they will continue to do so. Good for them. If they can fight and continue to battle, why not? Just keep going. Just keep going. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Hey, everything turned around. Wow, Tesla's up 3% after going up 20% yesterday. That's crazy. Nvidia's flipping up today. Coinbase still in the red. Not sure why. MicroStrategy flipped into the green, so that's good. Overall, U.S. market is pretty up today. That's good. McDonald's have an E. coli outbreak. That's no good. And Bitcoin is still doing good. All right, let's do Q&A. All right. Scrolling. I don't see anything. I wonder if the McRib also has E. coli in there. That would ruin McRib season. That's looking pretty good. It's blast off time. Deputy Dog. You're welcome. Crypto.com, new partner. I'm hoping to check out a Lakers game. I want to check out a new stadium. I would love to check out a new Lakers game. And see how that stadium is overall. That would be cool. And I've never used one of their, to be honest, one of their debit cards. I would actually like to use it and see how good it is. Anyways, W Dog, what crypto will retire you this cycle? I think a combination of everything. I hold a lot. I've been accumulating and DCAing for a long time, so there's not one thing. And I hold a lot of Bitcoin too, so a lot. Just the quarter pounders have E. coli so far. Miguel asked George, still bullish on PYR. Vulcan Forge, bit disappointing performance last month. You know, I am, but it's not just them. Like I've been saying, all games have been underperforming. Games just have not been doing well, right? But they have the potential to bring in millions of players. It's just that, you know, it's just not hot right now. Like Off the Grid probably is making the most noise right now, but everything else just kind of like under the radar. No one really is talking a lot about them. So I'm hoping they all come back like in 2021. They all took off. So 2025 could be a big year for all gaming, including Vulcan Forge. Detroit Lions. Corporations that held treasuries and corporate bonds as a hedge against inflation realized that those instruments will struggle to keep up with inflation. Will BTC be their solution? I think it's possible. I think more and more companies are warming up to that idea. Years ago, when we talked about holding Bitcoin as inflation, only retail believed in that. No corporations believed in that. Now, because of Saylor, I think people are starting to warm up to that idea, which is why Microsoft is holding that vote. So, yeah, I think more and more people are going to, or more and more corporations, I should say, are going to start debating that. Alex, what leverage are you using on Bitcoin long run? Bitcoin, you know, like I have several exchanges I use for leverage. Some I'm more aggressive on, some I'm less aggressive on. So if I'm feeling real degen-y, if that's a word, a real degen, I guess, I'll throw like a 25x on Bitcoin because Bitcoin right now isn't moving too fast. So, you know, if I want to see some good gains, I'll throw a 25x. But like on some of the smaller other exchanges, if I want to be more conservative, I'll throw like a 3 to 5x on like an alt or something. So that's how I'm doing it. Carol, hey George, I've been watching you with my dad for a while. What are reasons Coinbase could lock your account? Can they lock your Coinbase account? Oh yeah, they can. They can lock it for a variety of reasons. If they think you're doing something suspicious, if you send funds to an address that's like on a blacklist, they can do it. They can lock your account. Um, that's generally the reason why. I don't know. I can't think of other reasons, but generally speaking, there are addresses like placed on like a blacklist, like I don't know, from certain countries or whatever, and if they see you send to them. Also, sometimes they lock it because they think it's suspicious. Like if they think someone hacked into your account, like from if it was like logged in from a suspicious location or something. Sometimes they do it as a precaution. So there are reasons why they do it. I can't think of any other reason at this point, but normally it's because of those two things. Oh, oh, we're breaking above once again. Hey, let's check those liquidations again. Okay. I got some shorts that's gonna be liquidated from here on out. 68.4. You got about 13 million. Then you got 68.6, about 15 million. 16, 68.7, 16, 17 million. If we hit like if we hit like 69.5, we're gonna be liquidating like probably 50 or 60 million. This is what I'm saying. Like if we could hit 70K, there's like nothing up here. Like it would be like open sky. We just need a break above there. Watch. Once those God candles that you guys are always asking for. I mean, like right around this level, there are about like probably 30 to 40 million of shorts waiting to be liquidated. Once we break through here, you're going to see like a huge sudden jump upwards to the 69 level. That's why we're having a hard time because of those. Once we break through like into the sixes and stuff, you're going to see like a big candle upwards to like the 69s. Uh, Toyota Supra or Nismo Z? Supra. Nismo Z is not impressive at all. I don't like Nismo Z. I've only driven like the auto one, but I haven't driven a 6-speed manual one, so maybe if I did, it would be better. My 68-year-old dad who hates computers called me to ask what I know about XRP. It took me by surprise. It's a sign is is a sign crypto moon soon thoughts. You should ask him what made him ask you about XRP. Who told him about XRP? I think that's the important question. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes like last year, I had my friend tell me like, oh, I was at a bar or something and someone told me about XRP and it's going to pump. You know, like last cycle I did hear a lot of talk about like people talking about XRP. This year I don't hear that at all. So I don't know. We'll just see. Alabaster, thanks so much for helping us. You're welcome. Thanks for sticking with me all these years. There's a Chinese super chat. I can't read Chinese, so I can't answer you. Maybe he watched my educational video and that's why he was asking about it, because I've been playing it for I think I've been playing it since 2018, honestly. I think I've been playing for like 6 years and people still don't get it. One day people will actually recognize the true power of my educational video. Oh, that Chinese super chat just says rush to 100,000. I appreciate that super chat. Thank you. If Kamala wins, buy XRP. Let's chart XRP here. What is the one? Yeah. There's no other way to chart XRP. That's what the chart looks like. All right, Nvidia breaking into a new high today, so that's great. MicroStrategy continuing its upward movement. Robinhood, Coinbase. Coinbase is struggling. I don't know why Coinbase. I can't figure out why Coinbase is not doing as well as MicroStrategy. You figure, Wall Street, I guess they don't compute. It's kind of like the reason why Robinhood is doing so well. If crypto, including Bitcoin, is doing well, where are they buying it from? Right? They have to buy it from exchanges like Coinbase. Coinbase is the biggest in the US. They're massive around the world. Their revenue is going to start skyrocketing. Why is that not computing in Wall Street's heads? Coinbase stock should be skyrocketing. I think that could be something that they're missing right now. MicroStrategy is skyrocketing. Robinhood is skyrocketing. Coinbase is not. They're underperforming. So it doesn't quite make a lot of sense. Or maybe Wall Street is just not thinking about Coinbase. Unless Coinbase itself, Brian Armstrong is like dumping stock or something. Doesn't quite make sense. They should be going up a lot more than they are. Solana today, they're not moving that well. They broke out of the recent trend line. They need to get up to about like 180, 185. If they break 185, that would be extremely bullish. Then they're going to break their 200 mark really easily. Today, not a good day for alts. Almost every alt is red today, besides Bitcoin and ETH. ETH just not looking good at all. Can you check Polkadot's chart? It's not going to be pretty, that's for sure. Okay, that is not looking good. Yeah, even since March high, that does not look good at all. Since March, they're down 65%. Yeah. That lost all momentum too. I really don't know what's going on with that. And versus, man, versus that, they're still down at least probably 95%. Yeah, like 93% from their all-time high, something around there. Los, do you ever gain a portion of your knowledge in crypto from other enthusiasts or self-taught? It's all self-taught. A lot of mistakes, but mostly self-taught. Dragon says one guy predict Bitcoin 2016 now means super cycle in 2025. It's not a surprise. I mean, I've said it too. 2025, this cycle is definitely going to be led by memes. You could see it already. Look at that giant cup and handle. This cycle is definitely going to be led by memes. We have so many that's coming up. Retail this cycle is interested in nothing but memes. So we're going to see more and more of them pop up. Is Cardano and Dot being left behind this cycle? Right now, they're definitely stale, Danny, but doesn't mean that they can't catch up at least to their all-time high next year. Doge Master. I want a private jet and island this bull run so I can hide from the tax man. Unless you plan on living on that island and never going anywhere, I say just pay your taxes. Don't become like John McAfee. Your thoughts on Crypto.com's future ongoing litigation with SEC? I actually don't know the details about that. I haven't actually looked into that, so I don't know. I don't know. I have to look more into it. MicroStrategy's up 3% now. Coinbase, finally, people are listening to me. Coinbase up 2%. Nvidia 2%. Yeah, we're about to bust through this. 68.4, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, I think we're gonna start. If we start busting through this, you're gonna start seeing big jumps here. You'll get a lot of short squeezes coming up if we have enough momentum. I don't know if the volume support it. Actually, volume's quite high. Actually, it's pretty high. So maybe. If we break above 70, what will remain above that? You know what? I think if we break 70, we will break all-time high. We will get beyond 73 and we'll probably settle. We'll probably hit 80 very, very soon. It's like watching paint dry right now. It's like, it'd be better if you just like went to the gym and then came back and you see it at 70. I wonder if there's a new meme called E. coli. That would probably be a good meme. When do I plan on taking profit? That's a good question. I don't know. I never really think about, and this may be foolish, but I never really think about taking profits. I've already said my new strategy is to just have a cash pile and keep making sure that cash pile percentage stays the same. So I think I'm just gonna stick with it. There's no like set number, like after Bitcoin hits a certain amount, I'm gonna start taking profit. I'm just gonna stick with that cash pile percentage and just go with the flow. I think that will work out. Is non-user friendliness a factor with Coinbase? Coinbase is probably the most user friendliness. It has the most user friendly interface of any exchange. Jets. It would be Bangkok. The next IFC fight will be in Bangkok. And DEF CON is in Bangkok. So it would be in Bangkok. But I don't think I'm going. I'm good just to stay at home. Every time I travel, I have to, there's jet lag, the travel time, my streaming schedule gets thrown off. There are a lot of reasons why I don't, and I'm just tired. A lot of stuff happening. So yeah, I'm just kind of tired. I wouldn't mind just taking a month off from traveling. See, I I left the charts and now we're on 68.5. See, sometimes you just have to move away. The volume is increasing. You can see that. Come on. We need to push it a little more. The volume is going up. We need to liquidate those shorts. Those shorts are going to get wrecked. Yeah, I know I'm looking at a 1 minute chart. But for the 1 minute chart, look at the volume versus this. It's a lot more than this, right? It is still increasing in volume. Slowly but surely, volume is increasing, but let's see. What do you think about Monero? I'm just neutral. Not a fan or not against it. Joseph, can you elaborate cash percentage on the side? Just have a certain percentage of portfolio in cash. That's it. You determine that. 25, 30% in cash, and keep that percentage the same. So as your holdings go up in value, you'll notice that that cash percentage goes down. So then that means you need to take profits and make the cash percentage stay the same. Hopefully that makes sense, right? Just make sure the cash percentage stays the same. Pretty good day so far. So far. Could be better. Man, watching this 1 minute chart is frustrating. Again, it's better not to watch it. Every time you watch it, it like goes down. Every time you don't watch it, it goes up. It's better just to not watch it. Let's look at something else. Let's look at Nvidia's chart. Nvidia's 1 minute chart looks like kind of looks like this. Kind of looks like that. Looks like a bullish pennant that's about to break upwards. There you go. There you go. Coinbase. I can't see shit with Coinbase. Can't see anything with MicroStrategy either. It's good volume. Volume is picking up regardless. All right, now we're starting to see it. 6. Rate my TA skills out of 10. Probably at most like a 3 or 4. I'm not that good at all. This is the most basic TA there is. See, we're starting to eat into these guys. These guys all wrecked right here. Next big one is 68.8. They're going to get wrecked, it looks like, too. Let's just see how much wreckage they actually have. Within the last 5 minutes. Yeah. Last 5 minutes, 3 million. Let's do 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah. 2.5 million. Not bad. And then all these little ones. Here's one for 2 million. If you add all that up, probably like 10 million. But within the last 5 minutes, probably like 6 million. 6 million of shorts gone. Right here. So this is what we all do on a Friday morning. We just sit here and look at the charts and watch the shorts get wrecked. What else are we gonna do on a Friday morning, huh? Let's see. Is 350K Bitcoin possible in 2025? I guess anything's possible. Is it likely? Probably not. That's a little high, but some would argue it's possible. I've seen some predictions that said 350K. I mean, that is technically possible. But I think this, like, it's probably a little too aggressive. Can you check out GOAT? I know GOAT has been like going crazy. Let's just step away for a little bit. I mean, you can't even really chart it. It's just going too nuts. It did top out over here around 90 cents. Now it's down to 67 cents. Volume actually increased within the last day or so, but not in a good way. The volume increased because of people selling. Yeah, it's mostly sell volume now. So I would be very careful about GOAT. You could see the volume here is actually quite low. That drove it upwards, but now the volume increased and it's starting to go down. So I would be careful at this point. A lot of profit taking, I would say. So most of that volume is for selling. Solana's making a big recovery right now. That is good. Back up to 177 almost. All right, I think that's enough. I gotta get going. Fun day overall. Doing pretty darn good. So we'll see where today brings us. But if Bitcoin continues to keep going, look at the volume. Someone was saying there's no volume. Look at that volume. That's actually pretty darn good volume. We haven't had this kind of volume for a while now. Actually, yeah, we haven't had this kind of volume spike since all the way back here. We keep on going. We're going to be in like, we're going to be up here today. Especially if the shorts keep getting wrecked today. Overall, today's a good day. Let's see if it can continue. Let's see if we can get more short squeezes going on. And yeah, look forward to a crypto cruise video tomorrow. And Sunday walk on Sunday, obviously. And then I'll be streaming on Monday. Usual time, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your Friday. And let me end it with a special message that you don't want to miss.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larsen.